Okay, there was a lot of interruption just now. I would like to just repeat a little bit. Yeah, we have to continue this session with recorded session so that we can post it later on. I think it will be better also because the video will be in better quality. Yeah. What I would like to say is that just to repeat again of the importance. Yeah, the importance of mangrove is really need to be addressed. For example, as I mentioned, that the roots actually will disperse waves, and that's the reason why there's some islanders on an island during the tsunami in 2004 they escaped death because of that. Yeah, so it was they have a lot of mangroves that actually help them. Yeah. Then that was the reason too why you will find that now in Southeast Asia, even in Malaysia for that, even Thailand, Indonesia, Taiwan, all these places that they have actually begin to replant. Yeah, they begin to replant their mangrove at the coastal area so that it can help in the future to work as what we call that a barrier against the wave. Because there is no dam or DAM, no dam can beat, the mangrove when we call it dispersing waves. And I also mentioned that the river actually provide a lot of our marine species. Because like for example, because rivers, this kind of river in the mangrove area, they are in fact what we call that. It is an area of whereby you will see fresh water and the water that comes in from the sea that meets together. So with these two that meets together, it actually forms a very good breeding ground for marine life. And that was the reason why that as the fishes were the fishes, when it is high tide, they will come in. Yeah, they will come into this area, and those fish will actually lay their eggs here. We are talking about even fish that we eat normally, like grouper and even red snapper. They do such a thing. Yeah, they will come into the river and they will lay their eggs. So when the fishes will hatch, they will still stay here because this is a very good area that protect them. Then as they grow up, when it is low tide, then they will go out to the sea. Yeah, they will follow the tide and go out to the sea. That's the reason why in Sabah we are so well known for our marine life, for our fish species. And also we also have crabs. We call it the mangrove crabs and prawns and so forth, because it is so important that we have this. And not to mention, not to what they call it, to my hometown, I would say, I want to mention that why Sandakan has so much of a well-known seafood. Because if you were to go to Sandakan, if you would look out from the town, look out at the town center, if you look out, all you see, they are mangrove. Yeah, that's the reason why Sandakan has so much very good, what we call that, the marine life, and we have so much of the seafood and so forth. Yeah, so that's why mangrove is really, really important for us to take note of that. And apart from that, their roots actually help to what we call the filter water. They will filter the water. So this why you see that if you have a very good, you will want to have a very good environment, you need mangrove. That's why we say that please keep our mangrove, And now this KK wetland here, with the 10 overs, because we have about, you can say in Sabah we have more than 30 over different species of mangroves. Yeah. And over here, there are 10 species. Now I want you to listen. We have birds singing at the same time. I just love that kind of a feeling. Because do you know that KK Wetland it's been, why it is accorded also a Ramsar Site was because it has the, you can say the nature here. Even we are talking about birds, they are been recorded so far. There are 90 over different here. Now this area here, as I mentioned to you, the boardwalk that is being constructed by the KK Wetland is about 1.3 kilometer. So it is really long. Aha! Now look at this here. Right. We have something to show you. Okay. This is unsuccessful growth of a mucronata, Rhizophora mucronata. But this is actually been dropped down from on top. Yeah, you can see how grow it go. Now, what is this? Yeah, a lot of people did not know what is this. This is really important. Yeah, very important. Now, why would I say that? Now, the Rhizophora has a very different way of reproduction. The reproduction method or process, they call it vivipary system. Yeah, vivipary. So what happens is that when it will flower, and then they will have the fruit. It's like a pear. Yeah, they have a fruit, and then they will grow out what we call it the propagule. Yeah, propagule. Now on top here is what we call it the hypocordial. Yeah, hypocordial. Now what happens is that when it is matured, yeah, this one actually grow from the top. And then when it is matured, this will detach itself. And it will become like this. So this will be still on the tree. And this one will drop down. So when it drops down, if it goes into the mud, they will be able, this shoot will be able to grow and reproduce and become another tree. It is really, really amazing. Now what is happening is that over here, they have these little dots here, right? It's like a breathing roots. And also at the same time, this is where the roots will come out to sustain, to help them to actually prop itself on the mud so that it can stay there. Now that is very important. Yeah, for that, what we call that, for it to survive. That's why you will find that on a tree, when it is, they will actually grow a lot of this, because not all of them will be able to survive. Yeah, because some of them, it's like this, it will not be able to survive, because it did not even really, right, grow to be like this. Yeah. So what happens is that you will find that normally for the roots, they will begin to expel, or rather, apart from breathing, they will begin to expel salt. Remember I told you the water actually is salt. They got salt. They will in fact they will expel salt from the roots as well. Yeah, and but if there are some salt that will grow, yeah, they will grow up, yeah, go up to the tree, then they will expel this salt from the leaf. That's the reason why. Let me see now. I can show you there are some leaf here. Oh yes, there's a leaf here that actually, if you were to look at that leaf, that is yellowish. Yeah, the leaf over there is becoming yellowish. It was because there are too much salt that has gathered on the underneath of the leaf, and then it will slowly, right? When it is too much already, it will fall down. So it is very smart. The tree is very smart. They will actually gather all this salt and wonder things that is on certain leaves only, not all the leaves. Yeah. So that's why when the leaf, there's too much of the salt, it will fall down, and then it will decompose. It will become fertilizer again. Yeah. So that's why I say that it is really, really, what we call that, amazing for the way how they actually do it, how they actually survive. That's why you will find that we have these two types, and this is the mucronata, yeah, and we will see other types along the way. Come, let's go. Oh yeah, if you look at this one here, yeah, this is what we call the Rhizophora apiculata. Yeah, And then there's one here as well. Dispersed waves, yeah, and it's really amazing. We are not going to go all the way to 1.3, but I wanted to show you some another species apart from this really massive mucronata here. They are really massive. You can see that they have so much. The roots is so extensive. Really amazing. That's why I really love this place so much, to see this, and for you all to know that it is so important. Yeah, so important to have this. I wanted to show you that particular one there, that small little one. That's the plant that I'm was telling you, the propagule, the one we call the propagule. That's how it actually, the young shoot will begin to grow and has another plant. And as it grow, it will become like this, yeah. And then it will become bigger and bigger and bigger until you see what you are seeing, right? Now, for your information, this mucronata has a lot of uses. In Chinese, yeah, for Chinese, you will find that they have a name, yeah. This is what we call the true mangrove, yeah. But there is also a name for it. It's called the red mangrove. Now, the Chinese actually have the name is called red mangrove. It is actually because of this mucronata, yeah. Because the mucronata, the tree bark, it serves. They can actually they use it for what we call that there is the tannin. The tannin inside is really a lot, and they can use that as a red dye. Yeah, so that's why they call it the red bark. Yeah, the red tree, the red bark. And so because of that, they have the name. Yeah, they have the name is a red mangrove. It is really amazing. And then mucronata can be used for building houses. They use it for firewood. They use it for extensively. Yeah. In fact, they also use it for medicinal. Yeah, as medicinal plant as well. So it is really a lot. Yeah. Let me find you another species of mangrove that is really different from mucronata. They are more towards the other side, I do believe. Let me see. one is different. I want to see a very different type. That is very, very clear. You can see the difference between the mucronata and the other type is what we call the Avicennia, that you can actually see them very different. We can actually see a very interesting now you can see there is a very tiny little crab over there. Yeah, that's right. You can see that little crab. I don't know whether you can see that. It's a little bluish color. Yeah, that is actually a feeder crab. Yeah. Remember, I mentioned to you that a lot of we can call it marine life species around here. Yeah, you can say aqua species. So that is one of it, the feeder crabs. Feeder crabs are amazing. Why is it called feeder crabs? For the male and female, they look different. All right. So what you are why are some of the feeder crabs, the male feeder crab, one have bigger claw on the right and some are on the left. Yeah, so that's how they actually have it. But do you know what they use the claw for also? Let's say, for example, because they will actually burrow a hole. Yeah, they will burrow a hole in the mud, and then they will call out during low tide. They will come out, okay, and then they will call out to the female, come. If the female would actually ignore it, you know what they do? They will in fact just use the big claw and force that female into the hole that they have burrowed, right? So that's how they do it. And what happened is that after mating, yeah, the female will use that hole that they have burrowed for them to actually lay their eggs. And they will also, in a way, chase the male out. So you have to say goodbye. Yeah, so that's very amazing in nature, how they actually begin to, what we call that, reproduce, and how they, use what they have, yeah, for their livelihood. Come, let's go further to see more of this area here. Look at those roots. Yeah, it's really amazing. Wow, look at that one. Look at the huge roots, yeah, of this mucronata. We are coming to the area where we can see different type of species. In fact, there are many species that we can't see right now because of this extensive of this mucronata. When you have the time, please do come and have a look at this environment. Although you find that the water seems muddy, mushy, but that's nature. It's nature. And you will find if you know what I have told you now about what they are and how important they are, you will find that it is really, really good for you to come and have a look. Yeah. So you are looking at a different species right now, and that is the actually the Rhizophora apiculata. Now you will find that why are they different? How do we actually judge them? Apart from the propagule, they can actually, when they flower, you will be able to see the difference. Because for the mucronata, the flower will have a little bit of a furry. Yeah, you actually close up, you will see it's a bit furry. Whereby the apiculata do not have that. Now, talking about apiculata, let me introduce to you one kind of things that love this tree. And that is, this tree actually also have another name, apart from called apiculata. It is also known as the api-api. Yeah. And there's another type of tree, they also call it the api-api as well. That is the Avicennia. Now, why do they call such a name? It was because of a type of very, you can say, unique, which a lot of tourists love when they come here to Sabah. And that's what they want to see. And that is the fireflies. Now, because fireflies, you see fire, and there's a lot of them. So the Malay actually people, they call it the api-api. Yeah. So that's why they have the name api-api. Now, some people say that maybe that's the reason why KK used to be known as api-api because of the type of tree that is the Avicennia marina. And they say it's because of the fireflies, and also they use it Okay. But you will find that the female will actually blink first. But different types. Let's say just now I mentioned to you the Biani and also the Tanner. Yeah. So these two types, they don't blink at the same sequence. Yeah. Each type of firefly, they blink differently. So that's why you will find that they will not have a crossmate. Yeah. You will not, Tanner will not mate with Biani. No. They will be same type. They will blink in the same sequence. So when they blink, yeah, the female will blink when they are standing on trees or the leaves or on bushes, yeah, they will begin to blink. But the one who really blink a lot is actually the male, yeah, because when the male saw the female blinking, they will also in sequence, yeah, and then they will be very bright, yeah. Then that's why they will come, and then it will be up to the female whether they will choose which male that they want, of course, yeah. And then if that one is really strong, they might like, yeah. So that's how they will mate. Then after mating, yeah, the male, because the adult fireflies, their livelihood is just to eat, sleep, and then mate. That's all they do. So that's why the male, after mating, after some time, they will die. Yeah. But after that, you will find that the female will begin to lay their eggs. Yeah. And they lay the eggs on the mark, and they can be underneath the mark as well. Yeah. So once they lay the eggs, they will leave it as it is. And the egg, after about 10 days, then you will find that the larva will come out. Now the larva we call it is the eating machine. When we say eating machine, they are carnivorous. They will keep on eating. And the things that they are so tiny, yet the things that they eat, you will find it very amazing, because they will eat things like snails, earthworms, and other type of worms. Can you imagine that? They will begin to feed on this thing. So after, they will be actually about quite long time. Yeah, quite a few months. Sometimes some people say that is 1 year. Some even say they can up to 2 years. They will be eating and eating and eating. Then after that, they will become a pupa. And the pupa, as a pupa, they will be lying there dormant for about 2-3 weeks. Then they will emerge as the adult fireflies. Now, adult fireflies do not feed on worms or snails anymore. They actually feed on the sap and nectar of a tree. Yeah, and that's why the apiculata is the trees that they love the most. Yeah, the apiculata and also the avicennia. And there might be other trees if they don't find any others. Yeah, that's the reason why you find that in Sabah, our cruises to see fireflies are all in mangrove areas, like in Klias, Western, and then we will go to, even we are talking about to, Kota Pulut, yeah. All these areas are mangrove areas where you will see this kind of fireflies. Now, fireflies is a bioindicator. Why will we say that? It's because if you see a lot of fireflies in that area, it means to say the mangroves there are very healthy. Yeah, so that's why we have so much to offer as a tourism. Yeah, and our mangrove is part of it. And it comes together, the fireflies comes together as the whole package. Yeah, together with the mangrove. That's why it is so important that we have to keep our mangrove. If you have mangroves, then only you will have fireflies. Yeah, if you want fireflies a lot, make sure you have the mangrove. Very, very simple as that. Yeah. So let's see. So that we can see the other type of Avicennia. So you have seen now the apiculata, and that is the flower. Right? You can see the flower, yeah, of the apiculata. And I don't have what you call that to really zoom in to see whether it's furry or not. Definitely it's not furry because it is an apiculata. Come, let's go. There you are, another one. That's a very close up of the apiculata. So I wanted to show you one more thing before we will, there you are. You see, it looks different. Yeah, It looks different than the mucronata. H is catching up with me. All right, here you are. Interesting. There you are. Yeah, the apiculata. Now, how it looks like. Yeah, it is so different. Yeah. So remember, I told you they have the fruit, and then they will grow up the propagule. Yeah. Let me show you actually how it becomes like this. It will detach itself, like I mentioned to you. Magic. Look. 1, 2, 3. Bang. It will be still. This will be still on top of the tree, and then it will detach itself. So it will go straight down, right? And if we have pointed, yeah, it will just go straight down. If it's able to stick itself onto the mark, this is here, it will grow another tree. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, come, where are you? I want to show you the other type, which is an interesting type. Come.